Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Game of Thrones. Last time on Game of Thrones, I believe the episode was called Blood of My Blood. Actually, I think I can check on the... Okay, maybe I can't. Yeah, I think it was called Blood of My Blood. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's been a few days since I recorded that episode, so I've already forgotten everything. But that's alright. I have my notes here. Bran and Mira were saved by Benjen Stark, which was pretty cool. Sam went back to his house, to his family at Hornhill, and things didn't go so well between him and his father, as you would expect. And they ended up leaving. Sam Gilly, Little Sam, and Sam even stole his father's, or his family's Valyrian steel sword. So yeah, let's see. Arya is no longer really part of the Faceless Men. She failed in her quest, and now they're kind of out to get her now. Yeah, Marjorie did not take a Walk of Atonement, and instead what they did to atone for Marjorie's sins was Tommen actually formed an alliance with the Sparrows. So yeah, all of Cersei's plans, Cersei and the Lannister and Tyrell plans kind of went down the drain on that. And because of this, Sir Jaime is being sent to Riverrun to help Walder Frey with taking back the Riverlands. Yeah, also, I should have mentioned this, but it's at the end of my notes too. Bran is also now the Three-Eyed Raven. Cool. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments. Don't be a dick. No spoilers. And with that being said, why don't we just go ahead and get right into this episode of Game of Thrones. Here we go. Where's the title? Where are we? What is happening?
Oh, gentlemen, please.
Is that a... what's his name? Ian McShane, I think?
And you lot, come on, get him.
Whoa. Who's that guy and why is he so friggin' strong? Well, he can only do so much, apparently. Oh, it's the Hound. Oh, wait! Hold on! Oh my gosh, it just didn't hit me. It's like, wait a minute, the Hound? How is the Hound alive? I mean, I guess we never saw him die, but still. Ugh. I don't like that it didn't say Emilia Clarke in there, or Peter Dinklage. My two favorite characters. And yeah, what exactly was the Hound doing? And it looked like the guy, fucking Ian McShane, I think. Like he was wearing like a star of the Seven. So could these possibly be sparrows? I can't see the Hound being a sparrow. Friggin' title sequence, don't lie to me. I saw no Emilia Clarke, no Peter Dinklage, so we're not going to Meereen. I don't even think I saw Ian Glenn. Man, I want my girl, though. I want my favorite character. Alright, what the hell? How is the Hound back?
I was gonna give you a proper burial and then you coughed. Oh, nearly shit myself. I reckoned...
Or maybe it's the old gods. Or maybe it's the Lord of Light. Or maybe they're all the same fucking thing. I don't know. What matters, I believe, is that there's something greater than us. And whatever it is, it's got plans for Sandor Clegane.
So he's not specifically religious. That's interesting.
You didn't know me back in my time.
Yeah, there are some who know every verse of the sacred text.
The sacred
Don't have
text.
a drop of the mother.
I had pity for them, but I never loved them.
Her outfit is an interesting
Disgusted
choice.
me.
It's very different from what she normally
They are
wears.
hard to love.
I will never leave you. Never. You must. Go home.
Oh shit. What
Find
was that?
comfort in prayer and good works. The Mother watches over us all.
She making tricks? She making little trixies? The Rose. She's still in there.
I need you with me if we're gonna beat them, and we need to beat them if you're gonna survive.
Yeah. Shit.
No.
Yeah. Just one word. That's all he ever says. Just one word at a time. But it's a word that counts.
You promised me a lordship and a castle and a highborn beauty for a wife.
And you'll get all three. A Lannister always
Don't
pays...
say it. Don't fucking say it.
He's getting tired of the Lannisters.
You think I won't do it, old man?
Well, you had him there.
Sliced your niece's throat from ear to ear. Where were you? Running and hiding like a fucking coward.
Go on then.
Ooh.
Cut his throat.
Damn. Can't even do it. Yeah, this is pretty pathetic.
Lady Mormont.
Welcome to Bear Island.
Oh. It's Jorah's cousin, isn't it? Her niece?
I remember when you were born, my lady.
One of those two.
You were named for my Aunt Lyanna, who said she was a great beauty. I'm sure you will be too.
I doubt it. My mother wasn't a great beauty or any other kind of beauty. She was a great warrior, though.
He was also a great warrior and an honourable man. I was his steward. In fact,
I think we've had enough small talk. Why are you here?
Oh, damn. This girl gets right to the point.
Sir?
Davos, my lady of House Seaworth. You needn't ask your maester about my house. It's rather new.
Yeah. First of his name, literally.
All right, Sir Davos of House Seaworth.
Because Geo Mormont and Jon Snow both understood that the real war isn't between a few squabbling houses. It's between the living and the dead.
Yeah.
And make no mistake, my lady.
The White Walkers are coming.
The dead are coming.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Is this true?
your uncle fought them at the Fist of the First Men. I fought them at Hardhome.
Yeah.
We both lost.
Yeah.
House Mormont has kept faith with House Stark for 1,000 years. We will not break faith today.
Good. I like this girl.
Thank you, my lady. How many fighting men can we expect?
"62."
That's it.
If they're half as ferocious as their lady, the Boltons are doomed.
Yeah. 62 is better than not 62. That was a praise.
Lord Glover,
There's nothing else to say.
I would remind you that House Glover is pledged to House Stark.
Ooh.
Sworn to answer when called upon.
Ooh. Sansa's... She's losing her patience.
And where was King Robb when the Ironborn attacked this castle? When they threw my wife and children in prison and brutalized and killed our subjects?
I mean...
Taking up with a foreign whore. Getting himself and those who followed him killed.
Well... I guess he has a point.
I served House Stark once.
Oh, Theon went to Volantis. Theon and Yara went to Volantis. Now I get it. Whoa, Yara found out. Learned something about you.
Why did we have to come here?
I know you've had some bad years.
Some bad years?
I'm tired of watching you cower like a beat dog. Drink the goddamn ale.
Loosen him up.
Now listen to me.
It's gonna take a little time.
I need you. We're gonna make a pact with this Dragon Queen. And we're gonna take back the Iron Islands.
Huh. So they both want to go to Daenerys.
Do you have any horses? No horses. No gold. No steel.
Food then. Protecting the people is hungry work.
I'm sure it is. You're welcome to stay.
It's like Zuko alone.
But we have hungry
The Earth
mouths
Kingdom's here for provisions, and they're gonna bully you into it.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Oh shit. Lord of Light. I love that I can identify who they worship just by off of crap they say.
I want to book passage home.
Can't afford it.
Yeah, she can.
Where'd you steal this from?
What do you care?
I leave in 2 days.
Good point.
You can have a hammock in steerage.
I want a cabin.
Sweet girl.
I mean, yeah, I kind of figured it was her, but... That escalated quickly. She can't be dead. Immediately, as soon as that old woman showed up, I was like, that's probably that bitch. Okay, now you have to go patch up a stab wound. Man, this guy's got a lot of hair. Uh-oh, people are screaming. Aww. No, all the hippies died. Aww. Ian McShane, which I think is his name. Drums. Oh, shit. Oh, is that it? I bet that's it. Yep, that's it. Alright, wow. Alrighty. Bit of a shorter episode, isn't it? About 50 minutes. Well, it's not really shorter. Not too much in here, I would say. I mean, we didn't have any Dany. We didn't have any, Bran. And everyone, I don't know. Granted, you know, we're still, like, building up, I feel like. We're building up definitely to the battle with Ramsay Bolton. Like, that's definitely coming. But I don't know if that's going to be episode 9 or episode 10 at this point. If we were still following my pattern, it would be episode 9 that we would have a big battle. But we'll see. Yeah. But, yeah, kind of a... I don't know, just sort of an in-between episode of just getting a few more things. So let's talk about it. Alright, the Hound is back, and it's interesting. They didn't even, like, do any sort of, like, magic or anything, like, with Melisandre and Jon. It just, nope, he just survived, and he kept going, and I guess it's like either the gods have a plan for him, or something else, I don't know. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, the Hound is back, which is pretty cool. And he's hanging around with a bunch of hippies, which is interesting. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. You know, just having this almost be like a one episode plot to get him back. It's like, you know, this wasn't like, you know, he was brought back at the beginning of the season and here's several episodes going through these scenes until finally they all just die, and then he, you know, grabs the axe and goes off to, like, take vengeance. But no, this was all in one episode, and I kind of like that. It's like, alright, the Hound is back, here we go, he's back in the game. And yeah, that's interesting, and just, yeah, and I say they were hippies, I don't know, there's probably not a great term for it. But just these guys, they were just building a thing out in the middle of nowhere, and they were led by freaking Ian McShane, I think. I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I'll look it up. Alright, gonna have to get the keyboard over here then. I don't know if you can hear Darby. They're playing outside, so. There it is. I'm not looking at spoilers. Let's see here. Pretty sure it was pretty sure it was Ian McShane. Ian, where is it? That's his name, isn't it? Come on. It's gotta be it. Ian McShane, I told you. Brother Ray. That was his name? Was Brother Ray? Alright. It's an interesting name, but okay. Yeah, so Brother Ray. See, they're hippies. No. But yeah, just him. He's just sort of leading them, and they're just, you know, they're just in the middle of nowhere. They're sort of building a house, and that's just kind of that. And it's like we have this guy, you know, Ian McShane, Brother Ray. He's just kind of a dude who used to be a mercenary, basically. And then he was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. And he just found the Hound, and the Hound came back to life. And then they met these other dudes that are part of, they followed the Lord of Light, and then they left, and then they all died when the Hound wasn't looking. And that's that. Just a very simple, short, one-episode story for these characters, which is very interesting. But hey, the Hound is here. The Hound is back. So that's a second character that we thought was dead, but is not dead. The first one being John. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright. The next thing I wrote down was Marjorie. So I kind of mentioned this, that her outfit is very different from what she normally wears. And actually, it's interesting if we can just briefly talk about this. You know, we don't need to harp on this too long as I adjust the pop filter, which really I don't need this pop filter because I'm not right up in front of this thing, but I don't know, it looks cool. Makes it look cooler. Anyway. So yeah, Marjorie's outfit was just something I noticed. We're not going to harp on this too long, but how do I say this? It's very conservative looking, if that makes any sense. There's not a lot of it's not very revealing as all of her other dresses are. Like, this was very much like, yeah, all you can see are her hands and her head, and that's it. It's like, and normally her outfits are a bit, if you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that like, oh, these outfits suck. Where's her? And it's like, no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it's interesting that now that she has converted to the full Sparrow 7 belief system, she's not wearing as revealing clothes. I just think that's an interesting costume choice. Yeah, we're not going to harp on that. I just think that's an interesting little detail. But yeah, also interesting because, you know, the last time we saw Marjorie before her atonement, she was still her, and she was, you know, going to Loras and being like, you need to be strong, we can get out of here and stuff like that. And then immediately the next time we see her, she's fully converted and stuff like that. And it's like, well, how long has it been? Like, you know, is it just sort of like, well, okay, it's been a few months of her being in prison, so now she's converted, but I was like, but that doesn't, I don't know, it seems like it's too soon. And I think it is, because, you know, her giving Alina the paper, and she just unfolds it, and it's just a drawing of a rose. So I think Marjorie is still in there, and I think she's trying to tell her grandmother, like, no, you need to trust me. I have a plan, and so that's why she says, like, you need to get out of here. You need to go back to Highgarden. I think she's trying to protect her grandmother from the Sparrows. And so, yeah, I don't know if Marjorie has a plan on taking out the Sparrows, or if it's just sort of a, I am okay, go back to Highgarden before you end up in a cell like me, basically. Maybe it's that but I feel she's definitely still in there. I don't think she's converted at all, so yeah. The next thing I wrote down was Lyanna Mormont. Relative, I guess the cousin of Jorah, actually, and the niece of Jorah Mormont. So, yeah, that was pretty cool, going to Bear Island and House Mormont. You know, it's interesting, you know, just having, because there's no one left in this house. You know, Jorah went to the Night's Watch, so he renounced Bear Island, because he was going to it was going to pass to his son, Jorah Mormont, who, you know, brought shame upon their house, and he fled to Essos, to Daenerys, or to the Targaryens, technically. It wasn't Daenerys at the time. And then, so I guess Jorah's sister became the leader of House Mormont, and then she died under Robb Stark. So now a 10-year-old girl is in charge of House Mormont, but she is like as fierce as any, you know, lord or lady we've seen on this show. I really like her, actually. You know, for being a 10-year-old, like, she takes up her responsibility well, and it's like, and, you know, she's even, like, dishing out some trash talk, too. It's like, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, I think aren't you Sansa Bolton? Or is it Lannister? I'm getting conflicting reports. It's like, she is pretty fierce, and they recognize that, too, and I like that. So, yeah, it is good that they did get her on their side. And even though, you know, yes, she's fierce and she knows what she's doing, she does still have her advisors there, which makes sense. She has her right hand, she has her maester, and she's getting information. I also like that Davos is just like, don't ask your maester about House Seaworth. It's fairly new. It's like, yeah, he is the first. They just gave him, Stannis gave him the name Seaworth a long time ago, so he is the first of his house, basically. And it's just interesting because it's like, yeah, they gave him a last name. It's like, I didn't even think that would be how it is. Like that it is a house now. It's not just his name, it's a house. He is Davos of House Seaworth, which is just brand new, basically. So yeah. I liked the inclusion of Lyanna Mormont. I also like they mentioned, because I remember hearing that name, I think, Lyanna Mormont, and I was like, Lyanna? Like Lyanna Stark, Ned's sister. But they even said, Sansa said that she was named for Ned's sister, Lyanna. So that's pretty interesting. Going over to River Run with the parlay. I like that. I don't know. I like the Blackfish. He's ready. He's like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care anymore. I'm taking back my home, and if you're gonna kill me in this house, in my house, then so be it. I was born here. I'm ready to die here, but it's going to be mine. So yeah, that's really interesting. And him even saying, like, you know, like, he is so confident. He knows that Jaime won't be able to breach his walls, and if they go for a siege, it's going to be a long time because River Run has enough supplies for at least 2 years. So yeah, wouldn't that be crazy if freaking Jaime has to stay there for 2 years? That would be horrible. He'd be so out of the game, basically. So yeah, so that was an interesting conversation too. I really liked the Blackfish. I wrote down Theon, Yara, and Dany. So already they're in Volantis, which is pretty cool. Now, the Iron Islands are to the west of Westeros, aren't they? I'm gonna look up a map again, because I feel like they got to Volantis really friggin' fast. I know there's not enough cord for me to just set this down, so I just look like an idiot. Game of Thrones map. Yes. We're looking at a map again. Just briefly, because I just want to figure out where the Iron Islands are in comparison to Westeros. Okay, just let me look at it. Ugh. Fine. Give me something else. Wait. Need to be able to see. Just let me see. What happened to that one map I was using? Can I just want to see the image. Why can't you just let me do that? No, I don't need a map puzzle. Just let me see this stupid map. God, why does Google Images have to be such a pain? Just let me see it, for God's sake. Okay, there it is. I think I see it now. It's not showing me a lot of Essos, but... Okay, yeah, I was right. The Iron Islands are sort of in the north of... northwest of Westeros, basically. So if they're already in Volantis, like, wow, a lot of time has passed then. So they went all the way from the Iron Islands down past, unless there's a river that sails through Westeros. Maybe one of these rivers does, but I don't know. Maybe, but I can't tell one way or another. So if they didn't go through a river, then they went all the way past Westeros, down past Dorne, and then went all the way to Volantis in Essos, and now they're on their way to Daenerys. Which is interesting. They're also going to Daenerys. Now, they weren't there. Oh, well, yeah, they were there for when they heard Euron talk about Daenerys. But that's interesting. They're basically getting there first. They took all the ships and then left the Iron Islands, leaving Euron to have to make more ships, but they're already on their way to Daenerys, so they're going to strike a pact with Daenerys in order to take back the Iron Islands and give her ships, basically. That's pretty cool. I actually really like that. Yeah, and I like that that's just their plan. Their plan is just that they're going to get to Daenerys first. That's clever. That's really clever. And if you get there with enough ships, then you can be like, hey, we want the Iron Islands back from our uncle. And Daenerys will be like, sure, Dracarys, there. Take your islands back. And it's like, all right, cool. Now let's go do other stuff, I guess. She'll probably need the Ironborn to help conquer Westeros. So yeah, that's really cool. I like that. And the last thing I wrote down was Arya getting stabbed. Which, first off, she's already ready to get the hell out of there. She's like, all right, well, I'm outie 5,000. And then as soon as that old woman started looking at her, I was like, that's the girl. That's the girl from the House of Black and White. Sure enough, it was. And it was like, oh my gosh. And then Arya got stabbed, and it's like, whoa, she's getting stabbed. That's crazy. But yeah, she got stabbed a bunch. She survived, but she needs to do something. She needs to cauterize those wounds or something. So yeah, now I wonder if this will at least get them off of her trail, because they'll think that she's dead. Because I think the girl left before Arya got out of the water. So yeah, I think that's basically. So they might be off of her trail, but I don't know. We'll see, and hopefully she can get out of there. But again, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wrote down. Good episode, a bit of a, in between, setting some stuff up, but at the same time, it's like, okay, we're building up to a battle with Ramsay. We're on our way for Theon and Yara to go meet Daenerys. Arya is on her way to get back, or trying to get back to Westeros. But we did bring the Hound back, which was a new development, and that's awesome. I love that they brought the Hound back. Yeah, we haven't had him since the end of Season 4, now that I really think about it. He died at the end of Season 4, now it's like, we're over halfway through Season 6, and now he's back. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I love bringing the Hound back. But, yeah, that is pretty much it. And with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Game of Thrones reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.